Vice President and Entourage, Her Highness the Mayor, distinguished brass of the police department present here, officers of OLM, Boakai, distinguished friends of Liberia, members of the clergy present, fellow compatriots. Under the presidential system of government, a presidential candidate has the responsibility of nominating a running mate. That is a very important task. And for the electorate, it's always a moment to know when the candidate decides who is that Saki, that running mate. That running mate has the responsibility of being qualified, that will take over the hands of government if necessary. In this case, this evening, the decision by Her Excellency Edwin Sele in 2005 to ask Honorable Boakai to join her in building a local nation was one of those most important decisions by Mrs. Sele. Honorable Boakai comes to the job eminently qualified, a loyal patriot, administrator, an intellectual that will be ready at any time to help in leading the country of Liberia. From 2005 and the inauguration of this important ticket to today, reasonable minds will agree that our nation state, from where we came from, after 14 years of devastating civil conflict, with destruction and mayhem that were caused in Liberia, and today, nearly 6 years, is a matter between day and night in Liberia. I want to say, Mr. Vice President, we have followed your career with interest, even before coming to this important position. You are a man of integrity. You have helped to make sure that Liberia, the promise of this country that was almost destroyed by ourselves, has today been resuscitated and is moving in the direction that we are all proud. And I know this is not campaign time, I'm not in that position. Given the track record, what has taken place for nearly 6 years, given the critical time that we are, given the importance to harness and sustain the gains that have been realized, I think that we will be pleased to be rehiring you as their next Vice President, and Mrs. Sele, their next President of the Republic of Liberia. Relations between the United States and Liberia stems from the very genesis of our nation. As the Vice President was saying today, Sometime in Africa, they tell us we are the 51st state of the United States. And we are proud of this relationship. It's a relationship that started, as I say, from the very genesis of our country. And as someone that followed this relationship as Deputy Ambassador of Liberia in Washington, D.C., at this level, I am pleased. And all Liberians are pleased of the level of the relationship between the United States and Liberia. Before I take my seat, one of the great things about the United States is now by a weaponry or the size of the population. But that innate desire of you to want to extend yourself, to help others, even those that you do not know. And that is very important. Ours as a nation has been a triumph in Libya. And I think we will agree that Liberia, from 1847 to now, next month will be 164. We should be proud. It has been difficult, but it's still a promise that can be achieved. From what we see from the Sele administration, all is not well. There are difficulties. We know where we started from. But I think it's safe to say we are headed in the right direction. The election of 2005 was very critical. Who do we choose to lead the rebuilding of Liberia? If that was critical, 2011 is even more critical. For us, Liberian is a matter of national security. We ought to have interest in what our country has to be. And so that when you have those countries that are considered today developed, they are not developed a lot of teenagers, that a culture has been built over time. It is important to build the institutions that support democracy. So, Mr. Vice President, we just want to thank you. You have come here. I think it's not an accident to come to Minnesota, where the most popular state where Liberians are. You needed to come to see your people. And I want to thank those organizers that made sure to invite the Vice President to come home to talk with his fellow citizens. That's very important, because the government of Liberia considers the diaspora as an important entity in the rebuilding